their report, and I really appreciate what happened that day, that all what they said and what they all were accepted. So now we are going to call the internal auditors to give us the report.
Hello.
Good morning, distinguished members. The 2021 Annual Report of the Association of Private Practicing Surveyors of Nigeria, APPSN Lagos State Branch, presented by the Internal Auditor at the Annual General Meeting on the 16th of March 2022. The Chairman, Survayors IGR MNIS, past Chairman of APPSN present, distinguished fellows of the institution, the Executive Council members of APPSN Lagos State Branch, distinguished APPSN members, ladies and gentlemen. All glory, honor, and adoration belongs to God, who has kept us to see yet another annual general meeting of APPSN Lagos State Branch for the year ended 31st December 2021. It is an honor for me to serve our association in the capacity of internal auditor. For this, I sincerely appreciate our respected members for the opportunity given to say. The cooperation of the well-respected executive members in paddling the boat of the association is highly commendable and appreciated. We pray and trust God for a better financial year for all practitioners as well as the association. Amen. Responsibility of the Executive Council members on the financial statement. The finance team, I made the financial secretary and the treasurer. They are saddled with the responsibility of updating the Executive Council members with the financial statement of the association. The statement, which must be carefully checked by the executive members to be sure is free from material misstatements due to error or fraud. This must be done because each office at a point might have to be given an assignment that requires money. So every member needs to check to ensure that the 10,000 naira given to your office was not recorded as 50,000. Duties of the internal auditor. Auditor's responsibility is to express an opinion on the financial statements presented based on the audit. The audit was conducted in accordance with accounting standards. The standards include that I performed the audit to obtain reasonable assurance that the statement is free from misstatement due to error or fraud. Also, to perform audit evidences about the disclosed amount in the financial statement. I believe that the explanations obtained from the queries raised in the course of my audit task, yes, there were queries while I was auditing the account. Why some figures were there. So I believe that the explanations I obtained from the queries raised in the course of my audit test are sufficient for me to provide the basis for my audit opinion. My opinion, after a careful auditing task performed on the financial statements of the Association of Private Practicing Surveyors of Nigeria, Lagos State Branch, which comprises of the financial position as at 31st December 2021, statement of comprehensive income, statement of changes in accumulated funds, statement of cash flows for the year ended, another detailed breakdown of income and expenditure. I am of the opinion that the financial statements given are a true and fair view of the financial position of the Association of Private Practicing Surveyors of Nigeria, Lagos State Branch, as at 31st December 2021. And the association's financial performance and cash flows for the year is attached. Thank you all and remain ever blessed. I am Surveyor Mrs. Modashiru from Live, Appsn Internal Auditor. We can 106,712.66 kobo. As against in 2020, the association spent 50,278,350. The association income in 2020 was 50,278,350,001 kobo. And the expenditure in 2020 was 40,240,011,080 kobo. We have a difference of 10 million naira variance in the expenditure, which I believe, even without having the breakdown, all of us can attest to the hike in prices of so many items that will be used to run the association. We can check the table very well. That is why the table is attached. I pray that our practice will be fruitful, we will be blessed, and our association will be blessed in return. Thank you.
The Financial Secretary has finished reading, the auditor has finished reading a report. So let someone move motion for the adoption of that report.
I, Surveyor, move the motion for the adoption of the report as presented.
Thanks very much. Then any comments? No comments. No resolution as stated on page 9 of this our book. Okay, thanks very much. Then let's go to the we've done the reading, amendment, and adoption of minutes of the year 2021 AGM. Secretary, okay, give us the report.
Everyone, let me once again officially welcome you to the meeting edition of the Appsn Lagos State Branch AGM, the first one outside our secretariat. You are welcome to today's program. It is now time to listen to the minutes of year 2021 AGM. For today's AGM, there is no apology sent. So, on that note, we are expecting everyone to be present at this AGM. I go to the minutes of 2021 AGM. Minutes Please, let's open to page 20 of our program of events. Page 20. As I read, minute of Appsn Lagos State Branch annual general meeting held on Wednesday, 3rd March 2021. 1.0 Open prayer. The meeting was called to order by the chairman, Surveyor Akomolafe OA, FNIS, at about 11:31 a.m. and the opening prayer was offered by Surveyor Ademola Isaac. 2.0 Chairman's Remark. The Chairman welcomed all members to the year 2021 APPSN Annual General Meeting. He gave thanks to God for the blessings, provisions, and protections enjoyed by members of the association throughout the year, despite the negative effects of the COVID-19 pandemic on most of the proposed activities of the association. He then prayed that no one will experience the effects of the pandemic. He advised everyone to be careful in their dealings with others and to abide by the directive of the government and the health workers in order to avoid being a victim of the pandemic. He appreciated every member for their advice, criticisms, and support for the past 2 years. He also appreciated every member of the executive for their loyalty, support, and resilience during the period of working together. He prayed that when next they meet, it will be to serve the association at a better level. Finally, he advised members to relax and enjoy themselves during the period of the AGM, as the day is meant to celebrate all the practitioners in the states. 3.0 Adoption of Agenda. The agenda for the meeting was presented and reviewed for adoption. Surveyor Jimo OS moved the motion for the adoption of the agenda as presented for the AGM, and it was seconded by Surveyor Robert Ago. 4.0 Apologies. The Secretary read out the names of members that sent in apologies for the meeting, and a total of 17 names were read. Reading, amendment, and adoption of minutes of the last meeting. The minute of the last annual general meeting held on 3rd March 2020 was distributed and read through by members. Thereafter, the motion for the adoption of the minutes was moved by Surveyor David Taiwo and seconded by Surveyor Adedogun J.A. 6.0 Officers' Reports. The Publicity Secretary read his report to the House. The motion for the adoption of the report for discussion was moved by Surveyor Odule Kayode and seconded by Surveyor Apatira B.A. The Financial Secretary read his report to the House, and the motion for the adoption of the report for discussion was moved by Surveyor Taiwo David and seconded by Surveyor Koroloja. The Treasurer read his report to the House, and the motion for the adoption of the report for discussion was moved by Surveyor Abiuye O.L. and seconded by Surveyor Akinola A.A. The Internal Auditor also read his report to the House, and the motion for the adoption of the report for discussion was moved by Surveyor Rafiu M.M. and seconded by Surveyor Olatunji. The Secretary also read the report of all activities done by the Executive in the past 1 year to the House, and the motion for the adoption of the report for discussion was moved by Surveyor Kadiri S.K. and seconded by Surveyor Afolabi Olaoluwa. 6.0.1 Chairman's Address. In his address, the Chairman highlighted the achievement of his administration in the past 1 year. He appreciated every member of the branch for their support and cooperation operation during the past 1 year. He then appealed to all members to support the incoming administration for them to be able to succeed in the task ahead of them. He also appreciated all the committees for their commitment and resilience. 6.0.2 Discussion on officers' reports. Surveyor Kuroloja in his contribution appreciated the executive members for their good work, but in his observation, he called the attention of the executive to the inactive nature of the association website. He emphasized on reasons why the website should be functional and to also serve as another means of projecting the image of the association. He advised the executive to commit more funds to the development of the website. He concluded his contribution by appealing to the executive of the NIS Lagos State branch to support the association with more funds, as it is glaring to everyone that the current executive is doing great in terms of members' welfare. Surveyor Bolariwa AA in his contribution advised that aside from the chairman's and the secretary's reports, other reports can be presented during the meeting preceding the AGM in order to save time during the AGM. Surveyor Patira BA advised the financial secretary to always check his presentation carefully before presenting the reports, as there are some disparities in his presentation. 7.0 Presentation of 2021 Proposed Budgets. The Financial Secretary presented the proposed 2021 budget of the Association to the House for their approval. Surveyor Kuroloja AA moved the motion for the adoption of the presented budget for implementation, and Surveyor OMOTAYO seconded the motion. 8.0 Presentation of Certificate/Award. 8.0.1 Presentation of Certificate to Committee Members. The Chairman presented the Certificate of Meritorious Service to members of various committees who had served the associations in various capacities. And the committees were welfare committees, workshop committees, and electoral committee. 8.0.2 Presentation of Award to the Executive. The Chairman presented the award for meritorious service to the executives for their outstanding performance and service to the association in the past 2 years. 9.0 Presentation of new customized notebook. The Chairman unveiled and presented the new customized notepad for year 2021 for financial members to the House. He employed all members to project the image of the association positively. 10.0 Inauguration of the new executive. The electoral chairman, Surveyor Alabi ROS, called out the new elected executive members for inaugurations. And they are as follows: Surveyor Adara Nijo IGR, the chairman; Surveyor Afolabi OO, vice chairman; Surveyor Lawal OI, secretary; Surveyor Aliu SO, assistant secretary; Surveyor Olaiwola JD, financial secretary; Surveyor Alabi PO, treasurer; Surveyor Adams BO, publicity secretary; and Surveyor Mudashiru, internal auditor. Surveyor Barrister Oladogun DO sworn in the chairman, Surveyor Adaranijo IGR, while the chairman sworn in other executives. 11.0 Chairman's acceptance speech. The chairman, Surveyor Adaranijo IGR, in his acceptance speech appreciated members for their support during the last election by voting for him as the chairman to direct the affair of the association for the next 2 years. He emphasized that the welfare of members will be paramount to the executives and promised to fulfill all his campaign promises to members. He also appealed to members to practice ethically for the interests of everyone. 12.0 AOB. Surveyor Bolariwa AEFNIS suggested that the date of the AGM should be changed from the regular meeting day to allow for more time to deliberate and for members to have more time to celebrate themselves rather than rushing over everything. Surveyor Komolafe suggested that a motion needs to be moved so that the suggestion can be legally binding. Surveyor Bolariwa moved the motion that the day of the AGM should be separated from the regular general meeting day, and the motion was supported by Surveyor Lanre Jimo. Surveyor Adedore IO challenged the new executive to make ethical practice their priority. Surveyor Alabi ROS advised the new executive to always compile the list of deceased surveyors and list them at the back of the directory anytime a new set is produced. 13.0 Adjournment and closing. The AGM rose at 2:45 p.m. Surveyor Mekule Ibigo moved the motion for the adjournment of the annual general meeting, while the motion was seconded by Surveyor Beyogo. Closing prayer was offered by Surveyor Olayemi J.K. Signed, the Secretary, Surveyor Lawal I. Olatunji, MNIS. Thank you for listening to the minutes of the last AGM.
Thanks very much, Mr. Secretary. We've all heard the Secretary. So the next thing is the adoption of what the Secretary has written and read to us. Let someone move motion for the adoption.
I want to raise a point of order.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, this is the minutes of the last AGM, and there could be corrections. I think that should be indicated first. If there are any corrections to be effected in the minute before adoption. Thank you, sir.
My chairman and the members of the executive, fellow surveyors, want to appreciate the secretary for the well-read minutes of the last AGM. From the minutes read, my name is Surveyor Taiwo. I move the motion for the adoption of the last AGM as read by the secretary. And from the attendance, I could not see my name. So maybe the secretary could take note. Thank you.
My chairman, distinguished elders, yesterday, I think what is said is the same thing I want to say. On that day, I was very, very much available and around. But my name is audited from the. My name is Survayors, OMOTAYO, calling Samarino. So my name is not captured in the attendance. Thank you.
My chairman, my elders and colleagues, My complaint is similar to those of the people earlier spoken. I was at the AGM of last year. My name is totally out of the attendance. That is one point, sir. The second one about complaining that one for long. That is the award to the committee. They made me the welfare committee chairman. That award was given to my secretary, that is Survayors, but I didn't complain. We are all together.
There's an observation. The person sitting by my right just told me that he was in that meeting, but his name is conspicuously missing. So, the public secretary told me something that I missing that one out. But he was in that meeting. That is one. Two, I think it must have been a typographical error by the secretary. The meeting was shared by my humble self, so I expect that my name should be there as against the current chairman. Please note. Thank you.
The chairman, looking at the attendance list, just like other people have complained, my name is Survayors Ekondayo J.O. It's conspicuous missing, and I think I was present in the last meeting. Thank you very much.
Going on page 23, adjournment and closing. Second line, it was seconded by Survayors Benyogo. Then, secondly, recently the publicity secretary shared something on a WhatsApp platform talking about how we do write our names, and we should have been able to master the way we want our first, middle, and the last name written. And reading through this report, I see that some were just Survayors Bolariwa, no initials. We could not even know which of the Bolariwas we are referring to in the report. Then the surname came first before even other initials. I think we need to begin to write reports and names properly so that it can be well documented. Thank you, sir.
Colleagues, it's just a pity I couldn't understand what really happened. The picture of our father, as I've said, the chairman, Edis, Lagos State. The picture is missing on this thing, on the program. Please, my chairman, please accept our apology. It is not our mistakes. The first thing they sent to us, the pictures, your own personal picture was there with every other one. But it's just a pity that it was noticed now after it has been deleted. I am very sorry on behalf of the AGM committee. Please accept mine and our apology.
I can actually go around to every table and show them my face. Apology accepted, sir.
Very much. Let's motion for the adoption. You want to say something?
sorry to take us back a little. On page 24, I just want to make a slight correction there. Numbers 9, 10, and 11. As at 3rd March 2021, we were not a fellow institution. Yes, we are passed, but we are yet to be invested as a fellow. And we had our AGM before our investition. So I think those 3 names are supposed to move back to membership. It will be next year AGM that our name will now reflect as a fellow of the institution. Thank you very much.
Fellows and colleagues, I just want to make a quick correction on page 21, paragraph 6.0.2, discussions on officers' reports. We come to paragraph 3, line 2. It said the Secretary's reports other reports can be presented during the AGM during the meeting preceding the AGM, not presiding.
Thank you very much. The chairman and all others, you are welcome. I will greet you later. Then the adoption. Who will raise the adoption on that?
Having gone through all the necessary corrections, I move motion for adoption of the Secretary's report. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Any seconder?
Well, I second the motion, and my name is Survayors. I second the motion that the minutes should be adopted as amended.
Thanks very much. Secretary's report should be the next thing. Dear Secretary, please.
To today's AGM, it is now time to present the Secretary's reports for the AGM. Please let's open our program of events to page 16 as we have the Secretary's reports. This is the Secretary's annual report at 2022 Association of Private Practicing Surveyors of Nigeria, Appsn, Lagos State Branch Annual General Meeting on Wednesday, March 16th, 2022 at the Outdoor Events Place. Registration closed off Latif, Jakonde Road, Ikeja, Lagos. The protocol. The chairman, Appsn Lagos State Branch, the past chairman of the branch, here present, the executive council members, distinguished fellow of the institution, dear members of the association, ladies and gentlemen. 1.0, the introduction. It is a great privilege and honor to stand before you, the honorable members of our great association, and rendering the stewardship of this administration once again as the Secretary of the association. On the 3rd of March 2021, this current executive, led by Surveyor Adaranijo, IGR, was inaugurated to direct the affairs of the Lagos State branch of the association for 2 years. I am here today as the Secretary to give an account of the stewardship of this administration in the past 12 months. As promised by the Chairman at the inception of this administration to make the well-being of members a priority. So far so good. I believe the executive had performed above your expectation in discharging their duties. Anyways, the task had been challenging, but very interesting. In view of this, I present to you the activities of this executive in the past 12 months. 2.0 Executive Council Meeting. After the inauguration of the executive held a total of 15 executive meetings in the past 1 year, in which, among many issues deliberated upon, were ethics, association growth, and well-being of members. Most importantly, policies that helped to enhance the practice of surveying in the state were given serious priority during deliberation. 3.0 Monthly General Meeting. The monthly general meeting were held on every first Wednesday of every month, except the January meeting that was held on the second Wednesday. And this was due to the New Year holiday. All meetings were held at NI Secretariats. The association held in total 12 monthly general meetings. The meetings were held in both physical and virtual. From April 2021 to March 2022, attendance at the meeting had an average of 310 members. The minutes of the meetings were sent to members through the association WhatsApp and Telegram platform ahead of time to members for their perusal. I want to sincerely appreciate everyone for their advice, corrections, contributions, and word of encouragement always. Sincerely, I learned a lot. 4.0 APPSN/NIS jointly meeting. The executive of APPSN held 3 joint meetings in the course of the year with NIS Lagos State Branch. 2 with the past executive of NIS and 1 with the current executive. Despite many commitments of the institution, the deliberations were focused on ethics, monitoring, professional development, and members' welfare. The deliberations are yielding positive results, most especially in the area of financial support. Considering the disposition of the current executive towards practice issues and well-being of private practitioners, I believe the current NIS executive will enjoy a better and good relationship from both the executive and members of APPSN. 5.0 membership. In the year 2021, 56 new members were permitted to practice as resident surveyors in Lagos, making the membership strength of the association in Lagos State to be 515 members. Since the membership status as at the last AGM was 463, considering the deceased surveyors. Also, 21 surveyors were permitted to practice as non-resident surveyors, making the number of non-resident surveyors in the state to be 236. 6.00 committees. Currently, the executive had set up the following committees to enhance their activities. They are Welfare Committee, Workshop Committee, Constitution Review Committee, AGM Committee, Surveyors Estates Committee. 7.0 Insurance. The life insurance scheme of the association with mutual benefit assurance PLC was maintained and continued for all members, as this is one of the commitments of the executives towards the welfare and well-being of all members. The insurance cover policies includes the group life scheme, personal accident scheme, critical illness and medical expenses. I pray none of us will die young and everyone will enjoy the fruits of their labor. 8.0 HMO. As part of the commitment of the executive to also see to the well-being and good health of members, the executive decided to change the health insurance scheme vendor from GNI Insurance to Bedside Care Solution Limited, with some adjustments made to the existing schedule for the betterment and benefits of members and their families. The current insurance policy includes the annual comprehensive medical checkup, quarterly checkup, eye treatment, dental treatment, hospital bill cover, and partial surgical expenses cover. I want to seize this opportunity to encourage members that are yet to key into the policy to please do so, as there are so many other benefits to be enjoyed aside from the medical treatments. The scheme, as of February 2022, already had 159 subscribers for the current year. 9.0 APPSN Annual Workshop. The annual APPSN Workshop is a program organized by the Association to educate and enlighten surveyors on the issues affecting survey practice in the States. The year 2021 workshop was held on 13th October 2021 at Luxury Event Center, Ikeja, with the theme Practice Panacea to Leadership, Surveyors Perspective. The event was well attended by members and well-wishers. 10.0 Southwest Forum. Southwest Forum meeting is a delegate meeting of the 6 Southwest states in Nigeria. Each state is represented with 6 delegates: NIS Chairman, NIS Secretary, NIS Council Representative, APPSN Chairman, APPSN Secretary, and NIS Past Chairman, and also the national officers from Southwest Zone. The meeting comes up every 2 months on a rotational basis among member states. 6 meetings were attended by Lagos in the year 2021. At the October meeting in Ondo State, the tenure of the forum chairman came to an end, and Lagos State NIS chairman was inaugurated as the new chairman of the forum for the next 1 year. APPSN National General Assembly. The APPSN National General Assembly is also a delegate meeting of the National APPSN, in which each state is represented with 4 delegate members: the chairman, vice chairman, the secretary and treasurer, and the national executives. The meeting is held once in a quarter on a rotational basis among the active states. The Lagos State branch attended the 2nd quarter of their 2021 assembly meeting in Owerri, Imo State, and the 3rd quarter in Ibadan, Oyo State, and the last quarter of 2021 in Akure, Ondo State, and the 1st quarter of 2022 will be in Umuahia, Abia State. During the Akure's meeting, the General Assembly held an election as the tenure of the executive came to an end, and Surveyor Dabiri Thomas was elected as the new national chairman for the next 2 years. 12.0 Article Instrument Procurement. The executive in the course of the year began a procurement scheme to assist private practicing surveyors to purchase RTK instruments through instrumental payments. This program became necessary as it assists surveyors in carrying out good and quality jobs, and most importantly, to resolve the associated problem of Vector 4. 45 members had benefited from this scheme up to date. 13.0 Appsn Cooperative. The Cooperative Society of the Association is a cooperative society established to assist members to create the habits of savings and, when the need arises, to be assisted with loans from the society. The membership strength of the committee up to date is 227 members. 14.0 Demis. In the course of the year, the branch lost 4 of our members, and they are late Surveyor Philip AFNIS, late Surveyor Akintoye OFB, late Surveyor Ibiroke GO, and late Surveyor Fajo BBA. May their soul rest in peace. The executive is doing everything possible to get all the insurance claims paid to their family. 15.0 Conclusion. Distinguished elders and members of our noble association, I sincerely want to appreciate you for your criticisms, advice, and the support I've been enjoying since my emergence as the secretary of this noble branch. I once again promise to continue to do my best for the good and well-being of members. Finally, I wish to appreciate every member of the executive for their support, contribution, and togetherness towards the success of this energetic administration. I am proud to work with you all. Once again, I say thank you all. Long live Appsn Lagos State Branch, long live NIS, long live survey profession, long live Federal Republic of Nigeria. I remain my humble self, Surveyor Olatunji I. Lawal, MNIS, the branch secretary.
Thanks very much, my secretary. In fact, what the secretary has read to us, please, let's adoption of the secretary's report. Adoption of the secretary's report. Surveyor Dakoda, Esquire, FNS, you are welcome. My dear sister.
I, Surveyor Director Colin Samarino, hereby adopt the secretary report. Thank you.
Surveyor ORIYOMI seconded the motion.
No comment. Any discussion or comment? There is none. Thanks very much. The agenda is Chairman's report. Thanks very much. Thanks very much. Chairman's report at the 2022 annual general meetings of the Association of Private Practicing Surveyors of Nigeria, Appsn Lagos State Branch, on Wednesday, March 16, 2022, at the Anchor Event Center. registration close off Latif Dakonde Road, Ikeja, Lagos. The father of APPSL, the chairman NS Lagos State Branch, the permanent secretary, Surveyor General of Lagos State, the national chairman APPSL, the past chairman of the branch, the royal father of the day, the special guest of honor. You are all welcome, despite the fact that I have to greet you before your arrival. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the annual general meeting, as I am indeed honored to stand before you, distinguished members of our great association, to render the stewardship of this administration. This administration was birthed on the 3rd day of March 2021 to steer the ship of this association for a period of 2 years. I am here today to render the account of our stewardship for the past 1 year. At the part of this administration, we did promise that our career focus shall be the well-being and welfare of our members in this regard. I believe this administration has fared well, even in the face of thin resources. Even though the work ahead is enormous, I hereby present to you the activities of this administration in the last 12 months. Executive Council meeting. After the inauguration of this administration, the executive held 12 regular meetings and 3 emergency meetings. During these meetings, several issues were deliberated upon, among which are ethics and professional practice, association growth, welfare of members, and more importantly, policies that help in enhancing the practice of surveying in the state were given priority during deliberations. Monthly general meeting. The monthly general meetings were held on every first Wednesday of every month, as explained by the secretary, except the general meeting that were held on the second Wednesday. All meetings were held at NI Secretariat. The association held 12 monthly general meetings, both physical and visual, from April 2021 to March 2022. Attendance at the meeting has increased seriously. Thanks our colleagues on that. The minutes of the meeting were sent to members through the association website and Telegram platform ahead of time to members to their perusal. I want to sincerely appreciate everyone for your advice, corrections, contributions, and word of encouragement all the time. APPSN NIS Office of Surveyors Joint Meeting. The executive for APPSN held 3 joint meetings in the course of the year with NIS Lagos State Branch, 2 with the past executive and 1 with this current executive. Despite many commitments of the institution, the deliberations were focused on ethics, monitoring, professional development, members' welfare. I would like to highlight that the deliberations were already yielding positive results, most especially in the area of financial support. Considering the situation of the current executive towards practice issues, and well-being of private practitioners. I believe the current NIS executive will enjoy a smoother relationship with APPSN. In the year 2021, 56 new members were admitted to practice as resident surveyors in Lagos State, making the membership strength of the association in Lagos to be 515. Since the membership status as of last AGM was 463, considering the deceased surveyors. In addition, 21 surveyors were admitted to practice as non-resident surveyors, making the number of non-resident surveyors to be 236 last year. But by God's grace, at the end of this month or early April, the induction will be done, and as many surveyors as applied to practice as a resident surveyor in Lagos State. Then committees. Currently, the executive has set up following committees to upscale the activities of the association. These committees include Welfare Committee, Workshop Committee, that's Education and Professional Development, Position Review Committee, AGM Committee, Surveyors Estate Committee. Insurance. The life insurance scheme of the association, which Mutual Benefit Assurance PLC was maintained and continued for all financial members. This is one of the commitments of the executive towards the welfare and well-being of all members. The insurance policy cover includes group life, personal accident scheme, critical illness, and medical expenses. It is our prayer that none of us will die untimely. Everyone will enjoy the fruit of their labor. Then HMO. As part of the commitment of the executive to the well-being and health of members, the executive decided to change the health insurance scheme vendor from GNI Assurance to Bethesda Care Solutions Limited, with some adjustments to the existing schedule. Hence, members and their families will now enjoy a better service delivery with a wider medical coverage. The current health insurance policy includes the annual comprehensive medical checkup, quarterly health talk during the general monthly meetings, eye treatments, dental treatments, minor surgical cover. I want to seize this opportunity to encourage members that are yet to key into the policy to please do so, as this can save you more some medical embarrassment when the need arises. The scheme, as at February 2022, currently maintains 159 subscribers. APPSN annual workshop. One of the main objectives for supporting this association is to ensure that members are given the opportunity to continuously educate themselves and thereby keep up to date with emerging trends in our ever-dynamic profession. To achieve these fundamental objectives, the association annually organizes a professional development workshop that will educate members and keep them ahead in their field of play. The annual program also avails members the opportunity and forum to discuss practice issues in the state. The year 2021 workshop was held on 13th October 2021 at the Luxury Event Center in Ikeja with the theme Pinnacle to Leadership, Surveyor Perspective. The event was well attended to by members. APPSN Constitutional Review, Bylaw. The association guide and operational document is the Constitution. The document was noticed to be characterized with some anomalies. This informed the reason for the setting up of 5-man committee to review the documents. Memos were sent out to members. Several presentations were done during general meeting for some months, and in the end, the committee come up with a refined and more suitable bylaw for our association. This will be presented to you today for adoption at this AGM. Southwest Forum. Southwest Forum meeting is a delegate meeting of the 6 Southwest states in Nigeria. Each state is represented with 6 delegates, NIS chairman, NIS secretary, NIS council rep, APSN chairman, APSN secretary, NIS immediate past chairman, and national officer from the Southwest zone. The meetings come up bi-monthly on a rotational basis among member states. 6 meetings were attended by the Lagos branch in 2021. At the October meeting in Ondo State, the tenure of the forum chairman came to an end, and Lagos State NIS chairman was inaugurated as the chairman of the forum for the next 1 year. APSN National General Assembly. The APSN National General Assembly is a delegate meeting of the national APPSN throughout the country, which each state is represented by 4 members: the chairman, the vice chairman, the secretary, and the treasurer, and the national executives. The meeting is held once in a quarter on a rotational basis among active states. The branch attended the second quarter of 2021 assembly meeting in Owerri, Imo State, third quarter in Ibadan, Oyo State, and the last quarter of 2021 in Akure, Ondo State, while the first quarter of 2022 will be in Umuahia, Abia State. At the meeting held in Akure, the General Assembly held its election, and Survayors Dabiri Thomas was elected as the new national chairman of APPSN, as well as one of our best members, Survayors Adams B.O. as National Publicity Secretary for the next 3 years. Instrument procurement scheme. One of the bane of good ethical practice is the inability of members to access good survey instruments. This has caused members a lot of embarrassment, giving rise to erroneous jobs. To mitigate this, the association invited a number of instrument vendors for investigation and negotiation. The executive entered into a partnership with ONABANJO Consultants Limited to provide an affordable RTK multi-band GPS receiver to members to be paid for in installments. This partnership also availed members the opportunity to access the vendor's call station with Factor 4 embedded parameters. This partnership has been of immense benefit to surveyors in the state, as it has greatly reduced the use of inappropriate instruments for survey measurements, thereby helping to curb unethical practice. This instrument procurement scheme to date has about 45 subscribers, while over 120 surveyors are currently accessing the call stations services. Even from the Office of the Surveyor General, in view of this, I urge you to join the train of call stations users by subscribing to the scheme. Then APPSN funding. The APPSN, being an arm of the NIS, that is specifically saddled with the responsibility to see to the affairs and welfare of private practitioners has not been adequately empowered to deliver its welfare mandate effectively due to paucity of funds. This made the association to approach the NIS to demand for 50% of the 2.5 of MDS deductions from practicing surveyors. This demand, even though the NIS has acceded to 20%, is a positive milestone. We thank them for this, but it is not desirable, as the given quota cannot effectively take care of the many welfare programs of the association. However, there is light at the end of the tunnel, as the current NIS regime is in discussion with the association of APSN to explore available options to achieve the desired goals. Picking allocation. As you are well aware that picking allocation to surveyors in the state is 40, it was agreed at the recent joint test committee between the APSN and NIS that an additional 10 picking be added upon exhaustion of the 40 and upon genuine request. APPN Cooperative. The Cooperative Society Organization of Cooperative Society established to assist members to create the habit of saving, and when the need arises, to be assisted with loans from the society. The membership strength of the society to date is still 227. That is why at every meeting I continue to appeal to practitioners to please key into this cooperative society, because it was established because of our affairs, because of our life. Please join the cooperative. Dennis, in the course of the year, the branch lost 4 of our members, namely the Surveyor Phillips Adebawale FNIS, late Surveyor Akitoye Olugbenga Fesowola V, late Surveyor Ibiro Gabriel Olasoji, and just recently, late Surveyor Fajemi Benatadeyemi. May their soul rest in peace. Please, I want to seek your indulgence to please let us rise up to give 1 minute silence for our members that we lost from March last year to March this year. Thank you. May your soul rest in peace. Amen. Thanks very much. In the course of the year, members have enjoyed various welfare packages, but not limited to launch subsidy, HMO subsidy, life insurance, or medical expenses cover end of the year gifts. More importantly, it is worth to know that our association gave out 50 kg bag of rice to each financial member of the branch during the last December festive period. This is the first of such, and we hope to continue to improve on our welfare package for members. Some early members have benefited from cash gifts, as well as members who have celebrated landmark events. In a couple of weeks to come, the association intends to roll out the following welfare program for our members: Survayors Estates, Surveyors Pension Scheme, APPSN mobile app and directory, customized security embedded plan printing paper, and so on. This will assist in curbing forgery, impersonation, and quackery in our profession, because that is what is happening seriously now. We have so many things happening that it's affecting surveyors greatly now. So that is why we want to discuss the matter with you at the next general meeting, that first Wednesday of April, on that customized security embedded plan printing. We have been working on it, and it will help us. So more discussion on that will be discussed at the April meeting. These and many more are what the association asks for you if you are able to secure more funds. Conclusion. Distinguished fellows, elders, and members of our noble association, I sincerely want to appreciate you for your criticism, advice, and support I've been enjoying since my emergence as the chairman of this noble branch. I once again promise to continue to do my best for the good and well-being of all members. Finally, I wish to appreciate every member of the executive for their support, contributions, and togetherness toward the success of this administration. I am proud to work with you all. Long life MPSN, long life NIS, long life SOCON, long life Lagos State, long life Federal Republic of Nigeria. I, Surveyor Adalanito, IGR, MNIS. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's see what's on the next. We've made the bylaw, as we've discussed seriously, a new bylaw with your assistance and your help during the months that our chairman of the bylaw amendments, Surveyor ONABANJO will be OR. Our chairman, please stand up. The secretary of the committee, bylaw. Please, sir, come forward, sir.
The chairman of our great association, Lagos State branch of APPSN. Dear executive members, distinguished national officers present here, fellows in the House, distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. On your honor, I have the singular privilege to be the chairman of the 2022 Bylaw Amendment Committee, but I didn't work alone. I had the privilege of having the secretary of our association, Survayors, MNIS, serve as the secretary of that committee. But we didn't just work alone. We had other members of the committee, which I want to call upon to come forward so that we can do this presentation together. I want to call on Survayors Mrs. Okwegwali Patricia to please come forward. I want to call on Survayors KC Ocean, FNIS, if he's in the house, to please come forward. And I also want to call on Survayors Tony Oyekweme. I hope I got the pronunciation right. MNIS. Please come forward. Thank you. These are privileged members of our association that walked through the previous or the existing bylaws that we have and made presentation to the House severally in the course of our monthly meetings. And we want to assure the House that all of the observations, all of the comments, and all of the contributions that you made had been actually captured into what we have today. So on behalf of the committee and on behalf of the association, I want to present the bylaw of Association of Private Practicing Surveyors of Nigeria, Lagos State Branch, 2022 amendment to our chairman for further presentation to the House. You can stay there, sir. You can stay there. You don't need to come this way. So on behalf of the Constitution Amendment Committee, on behalf of the privileged members of this Bylaw Amendment Committee, the 2022 amendment, I hereby present to you, our chairman, sir, a binded copy of the 2022 amendment. Thank you.
Thanks very much. I can do the presentation here that you've heard what the chairman of the Constitutional Review Committee has said. So we are now presenting this to the whole House so that we can do the adoption and the Constitution will come to stay. Thanks very much. The bylaws will come to stay. Thanks very much. So if there's adoption of the bylaw, any motion for the adoption of the bylaw, please? Ready.
Move the motion for the adoption of the bylaw. Which to support my colleagues on the adoption of the 2022 review of the APS bylaw. Thank you.
Any counter motion? There is no. Thanks very much. It has come to stay. Surveyor Adesomi FNIS, you are welcome. Surveyor Biodun Eson FNIS, you are welcome. Then my good friend, presentation of the bylaws for those who've done that. Any other business? Any other business? Comments, discussion? Someone is raising up his hand over there. So any other thing for us to discuss? Let's someone move motion for the adjournment.
Hi, so you are this AGM union edition will adjourn till next year by space.
Thank you. My brother will leave a FNIS. Please give us the.
All praises and adoration have been to God for giving us the praise and the glory to be at this AGM. As we are wrapping up the AGM for this year, we receive God to stay alive next year and beyond. Subhanallah, we have the insight of Maria Sibun, Pastor Mala Yusuf, Alhamdulillah, we are in the Sallallahu
Alaihi Wasallam. Thank you very much.
Fellows and members in the House, on behalf of the chairman and the entire executive, we want to appreciate you for choosing us for this business luncheon, for this business session. We say thank you all. For those that just came in while the business session was ongoing, we say we are welcome, most especially our practitioners from Ogun State, Oyo State, and all other neighboring states. We welcome our national chairman. We say thank you. Please, for those that are just coming in, you are not registered online, and you are not up to 50 years, don't bother to go because you will not be attended to. We have in our midst the election of the Cathedral very soon. Also in our midst today is our guest speaker for today's event in the name of Dr. Kanu Opasi Okeze, a neurosurgeon, a consultant surgeon, and associate professor from Lagos University Teaching Hospital. Please, we'll be going on 20 minutes break while we start the music band led by Samiti will entertain us in the next 20 minutes. Thank you.
What really happened was that so many jobs that our great fathers, elders have done for so many years, about 20, 30, 40 years ago, and they've got CFO on all those jobs, on all those survey property. But we now realize that Lagos State government has done another mapping of Lagos State. So it has changed the whole ordinance, the whole information given to our great elders who have done a very perfect job. Lagos State government changed the whole thing. So because of that, and that's why we created these new post stations we are using in Lagos State. And that's the post station, there's no way you can use all those old instruments. All those instruments we are using like differential, D4, D3, all those instruments you can't use it now except the new differential GPS. That is, and because of the money is very high, about 3 million purchase an instrument. So that is why we call key into calls on companies that were selling all those instruments. Then I discussed with them privately that I want you to assist professionals so that they pay instrumental. So that is why I made sure that, and by God's grace, the thing has been going on, and most of them now are feeling fine with it.
Okay, I also know the issue you mentioned about beacon application. So I first, what do you mean by that vision for the layman? And you're also talking about that the Lagos will have to and you're demanding for so I want to find out why should you make them such demand? What is the importance of
the picking number we are talking about are the demarcation, the pillars you put at the boundaries of the jobs you do as a surveyor. That is the pillars that you normally put at the boundaries. So what really happened was that the Surveyor Council of Nigeria, who is in charge of parties throughout the whole federation, gave us that we should be issuing 40 pillar numbers first. Then after finishing it, you can apply for another 40, even if it is within 1 week or 2 weeks. But later we realized that many people are practicing unethically. They are practicing unethically, and a lot of things are happening. So that's why we made that correction. That no, even that 40 we are giving you should be for 3 months. Be for 3 months. But when we realized that some people within 2 months they will finish their 40 and they will get another job. So instead of us to stop them from getting those jobs, because we are given a job and we are asked to submit that job within a week, where you don't have any booking numbers again, there's no way you can produce the survey plan. So that's why we said, okay, we are going to give you another 10, making it 50.
Okay, for me, this should be the last one for my colleagues. Even in your general summary, there was an issue of surveillance testing. What about it? Where is the one that's coming out with this? And what is when they do intend to ensure they come on?
Thanks very much for that question. Before I became the chairman, all other states, most especially in the Southwest, there's no state in the Southwest that don't have surveillance states, except Lagos. And when I came in, I realized that there are so many surveyors who have been practicing for the past 10, 15 years, and they are still tenants up to today. So that is why I decided that no, there must be a change. That's why I formed that state committee. They've gone around to about 2 or 3 places now, giving us a sketch of those properties, of those land. And we've been discussing with the owners of that land so that for us to buy it, do the layout, and give at least a plot
this one. No. Anybody can build anything you want there. If you like, build flats. If you like, build the ordinary bungalow. Anything you want to do. My own is just for you to have No, I can't do that. Immediately after the perimeter, you have to design a layout by registered template. Registered template has to be with the engineers have to give us all other engineering this thing where the water will go from the water. Design has to be made. Presently now, at first, Lagos State now, we are about 510 or 520 now presently. That's private practicing surveyors.